Hopefully, you're not lonely this morning because we're here with you till what time? We're here till what? What time?
10
10
a.m.
a.m.
Hello, wake
10
up.
a.m. Good morning. I'm starting all the live broadcasts here. Good anyway. Good anyway. Good anyway.
Oh,
Good
really?
anyway.
What'd you have in your coffee
Good
this morning?
anyway. Nothing. You know what? That's the sad thing. I get a cup of coffee. I never get a chance to finish it till after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I agree
You
with you.
know.
This
So
is on its way to cold, but then
I'm
again, I
telling you,
think it's iced coffee. I pivot. I
you
think
pivot.
positive that I enjoy it.
You
Yes,
pivot.
pivot. Law of
Pivot.
attraction.
Law of attraction.
Pivot.
Good morning,
Yes,
everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So how are you, Helen?
I'm good. I will tell you though, the
Yeah.
fog here
Did you
today.
call me what?
Really,
What'd you call me?
I said I'm good.
I thought you called me a something.
I didn't call you God.
No,
Get
I didn't
over
say gay. I
yourself.
said the other name. Fog sounds like. Oh,
Fog.
forget it. You ruined the whole thing. It was
Good.
right.
I
I was
purposely
doing
ruined the
it
whole
so
thing.
well. It was
I
coming
did
in
it
so
on
well. You
purpose. Just
did. I know.
saying.
You just
Yes,
ignored me. I get
I
you.
did.
I get you. Good
But I will
morning,
talk about the FOG, fog.
Fog. Okay. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Just wonderful. Never been better. Better than I expected. Better than I deserve.
Oh, jeez.
How's that?
That's
There you
great.
go.
All
All
right.
right,
See
there
that?
you
I'm all
go.
set. You look lovely this morning, by the way, too.
Thank you.
So
Me?
yeah, of course you're the most beautiful person on the show. You know that. Look at Helen. Helen,
You know
Helen,
what?
I love you. You know what?
It's a little late. Whatever.
You
What?
know, you Heather. See,
Whatever.
Lisa's like that that that
What?
that high school girl. That she's the Marsha Brady. You're the Jan Brady of the organization.
I'm the
Marsha,
more
Marsha, Marsha.
experienced of the
No,
organization,
I'm
we
kidding.
might
I'm kidding.
say.
I'm
That's
kidding.
okay.
All right. And
All
speaking
right,
of Greg
fine.
Brady, hi there. What's up,
When I get
Whatever.
Redbeard?
there, when I get there on Monday, she's gonna spit in my coffee, isn't she?
No, hell no.
What's up, Redbeard? How are you?
Up? How you
What's
doing?
going on? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up?
What
So
up?
our stream audio is apparently very choppy.
Our stream audio is choppy.
Yes, it is actually.
Nobody should have a choppy stream.
So if you
Our
stop that stream and restart it,
Nobody
it should
should
come
have
back.
a
let's see.
choppy
Am I
stream.
hearing somebody like? Are we hearing doubling up in the background or something like that, or no?
Yeah, I don't
Check,
hear
You
anything.
only
check.
wish to
Somebody check
double
this
up.
before I kill out because I'm trying something new
I
this
just
morning.
checked stream. It is choppy.
It's still choppy, huh? Is anybody else checking streaming? It's still choppy on them?
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't
I
check
Oh,
didn't
you know
anything.
check,
what? Okay,
but
I don't
no.
do
touch
I
anything.
All
really know
right,
what choppy is?
I'm gonna get out of this.
Let's
Let
discuss
let me
that.
get out of this, and you tell me if it's better now. All right? How's that? Is that any better? Let's see if that helps. I was having a little bit, a couple of
Yeah.
issues. Huh?
Yes, it is actually.
It solved the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. What I did was I took the computer and I threw it against the wall, and
Sweet.
Oh,
yeah,
that's what I do.
yeah, throw the computer against the wall, and it seems to work better.
That's like when the TV didn't work. I'd smack the TV. I would smack the computer. I'd press all the keys. They'll work, 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 work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
When
sometimes
in
it works.
doubt, just hit the left phalange.
The phil-
The left finger.
What is
The
that
what?
from? The
Pull that, pull
phalange.
that, pull
What
that
is
Left
that
mic a little.
from?
phalange.
Yeah,
What is that from?
pull that mic a little. Let me just see if I can get you on that mic.
Friends.
Me?
No, not like that. You look like you have a giant black nose
Oh,
now.
okay.
Pull
What?
it that. There
Is
you
that
go.
better?
Yeah,
Okay.
I love it when you hold it like
I
that.
did something
You
really
wish.
sweet for Stephanie last.
What, Jay? What?
I did something really sweet for Stephanie last night that took her breath away.
What'd you do?
Leave?
No, I farted and gave her a Dutch oven while she slept.
Wow.
I was gonna say, did you put a pillow over her head?
Really
Oh
well.
my
How
God,
nice
you
is that?
guys, what did you do,
Took her
Jace?
breath away. I mean,
What'd you do?
What did
What'd you do?
What did you? Is that what you really did? Huh? Is that what you did?
Where's Jace?
Yeah, Dutch oven while she slept.
Now you're
What?
now you're
Stop.
choppy, Jay. You're choppy.
What
Oh,
did you
that's what
do?
choppy is. Yeah, you're choppy.
You're choppy.
Oh.
You're choppy.
Move the left phalange to the
So
right.
here on Long Island yesterday, and I have to ask the questions. Do you agree? Do you agree with the hundreds who cried out against our representative here on Long Island, Zeldin? Well, let me tell you the story here, okay? Carrying an array of bright signs that said, "Hey, hey, NRA, how many kids you killed today?" Uh,
Wow.
and Lee Zeldin, why are you taking blood money from the NRA? A crowd of more than 400. This is true because we actually got the video. Thank you, Andrew, of course, Fully Involved Media Group, for actually having his people go there and then sending us the raw video of this. So we have a copy of the video of this. But there were over 400 people, including East End residents, rallying outside the Patchogue office of Representative Lee Zeldin Tuesday, demanding that he put safety of his constituents first. Now, I've always said this. I've said that a lot of politicians, I said this the other day, a lot of politicians, they're elected by the people, okay, but yet they have their own agenda. So the question is this. First question I want to ask is it right for a politician, even if he doesn't agree in his own mind with a certain policy, law, or amendment, or whatever it if he doesn't agree with it, okay, if he doesn't agree with it, but yet the majority of the constituents, the people, the residents, the people that voted him into office do agree with it, is it right for him to vote on his own, what his own thinking is, or should he, in fact, be voting on what the people want?
That's a really good question.
Now,
Yeah,
I like Lee
that's
Zeldin. I like Zeldin. I know his history as you know, in the military and everything like that, and I like him. I have no problem with Mr. Zeldin, with Congressman Zeldin. I have no problem with him. Okay, I do have a problem. Another issue I have when we were doing the roundtable situation in the past week, what I have a problem with is the inability to truly communicate. And I understand he has an office staff, and the staff is responsible for the communication and things like that. But it's easy sometimes trying to get to these politicians, to talk to them, to communicate with them, unless they're campaigning. If they're campaigning, you'll find them in every street fair, you know, that type of thing. But you know what? It's like you can't get a hold. You know, it's like they don't respond. It's like you got to go through red tape to get to them.
they're done with you.
But the question here is,
Got the
okay,
vote.
so the
They're
first
in. They're
question,
doing their thing.
true. The first question is, hey, NRA, how many kids you killed today? Those assembled asked Zeldin to stop selling our lives to the National Rifle Association and corporate lobbyists and acting to impede the Russia investigation. According to organizers, the group was the largest anti-Zeldin rally held to date, hosted by a coalition of Long Island activist groups. Now, the first question, all right, I don't know. I really, and I wish I would have researched this first. I don't know Zeldin's stance on. Does anybody here? Anybody
No,
know? Okay,
I
we don't know. I don't know, and I'm going to research this. I want to know his stance with regards to the NRA, and I want to know his stance with regards to impeding the Russia investigation. We'll check that out first. But the question is, so I'm changing this story. I'm changing what I'm dealing with here. The bottom line is the story is that over 400 people showed up on Oak Street yesterday in front of Zeldin's office, and we have the video. We'll show you that, and they're out there screaming, "Hey, NRA, how many kids you killed today?" So the question is, should a politician vote his way, or should a politician vote the way his constituents want him to vote?
Well, I think he should vote for the greater good of what his constituents are saying. But that's a sticky wicket because you have to follow what feels right in your heart. But then again, that's a tough. I'd say that's a tough call because you really don't know how are you going to end up when election time comes around. But I think you have to. That's really a tough call. Really a tough call. But I think he should really vote the way the majority of his constituents feel. That's rough. That's rough. But I will tell you, there's a story regarding the NRA, is that a leader in Dallas, Texas politics does not want the National Rifle Association's convention in his town. And Dallas Mayor Pro Tem Dwayne Caraway is saying the NRA should find someplace else to go. He said the meeting is not appropriate in Dallas in the wake of what happened in last week's shooting. And he also pointed out the 2016 ambush that killed 5 Dallas police officers, and also he pointed out the assassination of JFK. But he doesn't want the NRA's convention in Dallas. But that's just a side point because I think the IRA, listen to me, the NRA is getting a lot of backlash now that a lot of people think that the NRA has a lot of politicians in their back pockets.
They do, and they do.
Now they're
Yeah.
facing a lot of backlash. And to get back to your question, I think he should vote the way his constituents feel. Otherwise, he's going to be voted out of office when election time comes.
Yeah, absolutely. But the problem is they're not voted out of office. That's the thing.
Well-
all these lifetime politicians that you see and that we've had here, not only here on Long Island but across the country, all these politicians. It's like it's like I call it the Ted Kennedy, And what it is like no matter what, it's like. It's not about the person's politics. It's about who is it? Like if he's the hometown son of, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing.
I think the tide is changing, though. I think people are getting tired of that sort of thing. I think I think there's going to be a big change come election time if people don't start changing, if
see-
politicians don't start changing their tune. I think there's going to be some big
Yeah, but
surprises.
the problem is that what I'm seeing, Helen, is that even with a politician that's in favor of certain whatever it is, they're not changing it. They're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? It's
Well,
like
that's on them.
you get to hear, for instance, here you get Lee Zeldin, and I like Lee. Don't get me wrong. He's been in this studio. He's been on
Okay.
shows. I got no problem with him. But he issued a statement calling for a congressional hearing and action after law enforcement was unable to identify the indicators and threat posed by Nicholas Cruz before the Parkland High School mass shooting on February 14th. This tragedy could have been and should have been prevented. The warning signs were there and clearly pointed to the fact that this young man was extremely troubled. Now, the question is this.
Yeah.
The NRA, okay, so the NRA has people in their pocket. They're paying lots of money to, they're doing
Yeah.
these things. I get it. I understand. So are a lot of other pharmacy companies and all these other people across the United States. But anyway,
Yeah.
so the question is stopping the NRA. All right, the NRA is in protection of, they're fighting, listen, the bottom line is the Second Amendment exists.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people that misread the Second Amendment as far as the right to bear arms, all right? And there's people out there with assault rifles.
Well, people might take you to task saying that they're misreading the Second Amendment, though. You know that, of course.
They can take it to task whatever they want it, but
Yeah.
let's put it this way: when the people that wrote the Second Amendment and created this company and talked about the right to bear arms and have a militia, okay, the bottom line is it's like anything else. You're going to get various people that will read certain things and interpret the law a certain way. Okay, I don't think that it was at this. Listen, we're not living in the 1700s where we have to have a weapon in our house in order to be able to protect our family. We're not fighting the Revolutionary War. We're not fighting a war on our homeland. We're not but we are fighting a war on our homeland. But it's not an actual physical war like the Civil War or something like that. That was where people are being. Well, I can't say that because people are being killed. And the bottom line is that with the NRA, they're an organization just like any other organization that's trying to protect the rights of certain citizens based on the law as it is written. I don't believe that.
Lemony Gina says they start out with 50,000 in their bank account, and when they leave, they are millionaires. That's wrong.
That's wrong. I agree with you there. All right, there shouldn't be, a politician should not be influenced, okay, by monetary gain. Now the question is, I'm not accusing Zeldin of being a politician. That I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. All I
wish
know.
he could call in.
Well, here's the other problem. I reached out to him last week, all right, to try to get him, to come and be involved in the roundtable. And,
Did he ever get back to you?
his communication director did, and Katie told me that he was in Washington, D.C., voting at that point in time. But here's the deal. I responded to her. Listen, I don't need a congressman sitting at the table here on a camera. I would have been very satisfied with a 2-minute phone call. Just some kind of
I
2
agree.
minutes, just a phone call with a statement. And that's the problem, is that we try to communicate with the people that represent us. And we can't, and I'm going to be told, well, he's busy. He's got, he's overloaded. His schedule is overloaded. He's got this. He's worried about this. He's worried, he's voting this. He's doing that. And I get it. I get that they're busy. Then you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe they need something like maybe they need a true assistant. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. All I know is at this point,
Nobody's too busy. Somebody has 10 minutes.
I agree with Lisa.
Nobody's too busy. It's time
seriously.
management. Listen, I have no time management. I could sit there and say I'm busy. Yeah,
You
I'm
see, but
busy.
I
but
feel
if
like
I
when-
rearrange my time, I can make it work.
400,
she's right.
400 people showed up yesterday at his office, and they were, and if you know Oak Street and Patchogue, it's not that big. It's a really tiny little road. So, and there's the tiny little sidewalk in front of this building, and you picture all these people out in front of the building. But I want to thank Andrew, of course, from Fully Involved Media, because it was for him. First off, I love Andrew because he tells me about things that are happening before anybody else knows that they're happening.
That's a
So
cool thing.
he's like, and it's great, and he sends me a message, and I know when my phone goes off and it says, "Where are you?" I know,
Yeah.
oh, he's got something. He's got something that because there's been times where I responded out there and got to like the fire and Ronkonkoma thing. Depends on where I am. But
Well,
yeah, so the
interestingly
question.
enough-
So the question
Oh,
is.
sorry.
So the initial question is, should let's say, well, you answer me, Helen. So Lisa, what do you think? Should a politician be voting on his own thought or what he believes is right, or should he be voting? What if a politician doesn't think something's right, but yet all the people that he's representing, let's say he's got his constituents believe it is, and they tell him, "We want
That's
you."
a tough one.
Yeah, we
That's
want
a tough
you.
one because you have to be true to who you are. I mean, why are you a politician?
But it's not.
It's like if you, I know, but it's a tough one for me. Like if how
You know what
you want to do by the people, but yet that's not what you believe in. So you're a liar. You shouldn't even be doing what you're doing.
The question is, if in
Does that
fact,
make sense?
that'd be
Yeah, it does.
yeah, because it's like what I'm saying is, all right. So if you're a politician and I believe something should be one way, but yet all the I go out there and I see the people, and that's another thing. Where we always see politicians out there when it's time to vote.
That's
But
right.
where are they? I mean, Lee Zeldin actually spoke at Martin's Blue and Gold dinner, but I missed that. There are certain things that he does or that any other politician will show up for. But when it's election time, they're out there shaking hands and they're
Of course
asking
they are.
questions and what do you want to do or what do you want to see improved and and then all of a sudden here, where are they?
Who are you?
Yeah, where are
Well,
they?
you know what's interesting? What Lisa said, I think I'm in agreement with her, but I thought this phrase came through my mind. It's for the greater good, for the greater good. If all
Yeah,
these people
you say
feel
that,
this
yeah.
way, he needs to examine why they feel this way, and if it's for their greater good, and he doesn't agree with it, it's still for the community's greater good if they feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I've got some other stuff going on as we
Well,
can.
just
All right,
just
we're gonna
real
cont-
quick
we're gonna
before-
we're gonna
Oh,
before we
continue.
move out of
We're-
politics, I have a quick subject I want to talk about.
All right. Well,
Sure.
why don't you
I
answer the
actually
question?
have a-
Can you answer my question though first, Jake? And I want to get your opinion. Should a politician?
I
in-
think they should vote for the same way that the people of their jurisdiction, their area, their town, etc., are voting,
okay.
because they are put in place to support their people,
All right.
not support their personal agenda.
So
Good point.
so I you know what I think we all agree
Mm-hmm.
we all agree that we would want we would if we had the opportunity to be able to influence a politician as far as their vote goes, as the people that are voting that politician into office, we would want them to vote. And listen, it could be that I think one way, Helen thinks another way, Lisa thinks one way, Jay thinks another way. So that's the problem though too. Is I guess you have to go by what did you just say as far as the majority goes? What was for the greater?
Look what
For
their-
the greater
Greater
good.
good,
So
for the greater good.
so you might have people. You're gonna bet. Listen, you're gonna have people on both sides of the fence. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, Liberal. I don't care what you are.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all will agree on the fact that we don't want any more school shootings. I think we all agree that there has to come up with there has to be something done to be able to try to stop them, stop the school
Yeah.
shootings, or
Mm-hmm.
and before there's another one. And we all agree that we want to live in peace and be prosperous.
Yes.
Randy Steele has something to say. He says, regardless of historical discussions and precedent, I think most of us would like for our politicians to vote for us and our needs. So they are damned if they do and damned if they don't. However, to Helen's point, many level-headed people, when asked, would say they should vote for the greater good of not only their constituents, but of the people at large. And there again, who decides what is right for the greater good? Again, they are damned if they do and damned if they don't. So if they are left voting their conscience, ideally. But no, that's not how it works or how it has worked most times. They vote according to the opinions and agendas of those who give the most money and most effort to get them reelected. Our system is broke, and the only ones who can fix it are the ones who benefit most by not doing so. Well said, Randy. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
How sad that we agree with that, too. But
Yeah.
I do think the tides are starting to change. I really, really do. And as we continue to talk about what happened last week, two stories came up today. A man has been charged with making threats against a Connecticut high school, and 20-year-old Christopher Roman of Waterbury, Connecticut, is accused of making a video call that included the image of a gun to make the threat against a city high school. Roman threatened to shoot up the school. He is charged with threatening, breach of peace, brandishing a fake firearm, and interfering with the public, or with the police, interfering with the police, I beg your pardon. Yet it continues.
Right.
And then this came out, and I want to see what you all think. New Jersey School District has added armed police officers. The East Brunswick School Board decided to supplement its existing staff of 71 security guards with armed police officers. Half of me says it's about time. the other half says how sad, and the other side says I agree. And I never thought I would.
There's a couple of things
Agree
out
with
there like
such a
this. Jay, you
thing.
had something you wanted to bring up? What did you want to bring
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, well, it was actually relating back to our previous topic regarding politics and people having opinions.
Oh.
If I could just go back to that for 1 second.
Yeah.
So when it comes to entertainers, basketball players, musicians, artists, etc., what is your opinion regarding their political opinion?
I don't care what their
Who
political.
cares?
I don't care. I don't
You
care what
what their political. Okay.
I don't. I
But
don't. I don't
think
care.
they have a right to have one?
Sure, everybody have the
Absolutely.
rights, but not during a game. Not
No,
when
not
the-
during a game. I'm saying outside of the game, because we discussed Colin Kaepernick
Well,
early
let me ask.
last year and how he decided to have his political agenda right in the middle of the game.
So let me
I'm
ask. you.
talking about outside of the game,
Right.
but they are the eye of the public. You
Right.
know, they
so,
are
right.
the-
So
they
I,
are being
and a lot of
elected
people and a lot of people look up to these. You know, there's a lot like my kid looks up to a lot of football players. But you know, you can have, Martin knows a lot about football. He knows a lot about lacrosse. He knows sports is part of his life. So he looks up to a lot of these people. And you know, if they're on the football field, I don't think it's the place, as we've discussed before. But it's the same thing like with us. Okay, are we into? We're out there on the public eye right now. You know, we're putting ourselves out there. People know our
Right.
personal lives and things like that. Do we have a right to an opinion? Is it, you know? I guess it's a different thing because we're doing, you know, we're doing this, you know, we're actually
Discussing.
discussing and broadcasting our opinions. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as this, I'm not going to a football game or to a basketball game to hear what a player thinks about Donald Trump.
Yeah, but
Right.
I think what we do is we give food for thought and open up the discussion to all over who's listening to us, which I think makes it
By the way,
interesting.
breaking news: CNN correspondent
Mm.
Billy Graham passed away at the age of 99.
CNN, no, you mean Minister Billy Graham?
Yes.
Oh, it just says CNN report. My apologies.
Yeah, yeah. But wow, Billy Graham, he lived a good life though,
Billy
right?
Graham passed away at the age of 99.
Billy Graham.
Uh,
All right.
The reason I'm asking about politics, opinions, and celebrities is because there is, of course, we have like LeBron James and Kevin Durant, okay, and they were actually on another show called Uninterrupted, done through Uber. They're in an Uber and they're talking about their political opinions or just their opinions of everything in general. And this video was captured by Fox News correspondent. Her last name is Ingram. I think it's Laura Ingram, Lisa
Oh,
Ingram.
she's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I
she
know.
might be good, and I respect your opinion of her being good, but why does she feel that this is necessary?
Very intelligible, not to mention ungrammatical take on President Trump in a new ESPN podcast. I'm numb to this commentary. Like, must they run their mouths like that? Unfortunately, a lot of kids and some adults take these ignorant comments seriously. Look, there might be a cautionary lesson in LeBron for kids. This is what happens when you attempt to leave high school a year early to join the NBA, and it's always
So
You know
why
what?
does she
There's no
feel it's
room for
appropriate that
insults.
somebody has a political opinion that's opposite from hers,
Mm.
that she can attack them on leaving school early, being unintelligible, being ignorant and uneducated. But my next point that I'm making here is those of you who do and those of you who don't, I listen to Eminem. I like Eminem. I like a lot of his old stuff.
I like
and he
the
is
I like
also
the
being
I like the
attacked.
green ones. Those are really good. The green
The
M&Ms.
green ones. So no, but Eminem is also being attacked because they're saying that his records now are more political. But he's been making records that are political since Bush, since Clinton.
Mm.
You know,
So
that's
what?
it's topical discussions, it's topical thoughts. It's the discussion of the times. And if you're gonna rap about President Obama and President Bush and President Clinton and now President Trump, you're not changing your ways. But why is he now being attacked for having a political opinion?
Well, who's
That-
attacking him? Who's going after him?
Oh, everybody is actually
Really?
in the
Oh.
music industry.
What did he say?
I don't know exactly what he said. I'll have to go back and look up the lyrics because there's a lot of the lyrics that I just can't repeat on the show now.
Okay.
Here's my opinion on this one. Musicians have a right to express themselves in their lyrics. I mean, if you stop and think, look at Dylan. I mean, Bob Dylan. I mean, there's a lot of musicians on. I don't like. What I disagree with is while a musician has a right to express their opinions and lyrics and to be able to put the music out there, we don't have to buy it. People don't have to buy it. There are a lot of people out there that like that type of thing and that will. But the bottom line is, I don't get into this hate. Really, truly, you know, if somebody's going to go out there and start shouting, "Kill Whitey, kill the cops," that type of thing, that's where I draw the line. That's not an opinion. You know, that's saying
Okay.
to kill somebody or spewing hate messages is not an opinion. You
Well,
know,
it's like these celebrities are donating $500,000 apiece for the March for Our Lives.
Are we changing subjects?
On
Okay.
March 24th, okay?
Right.
Amal and George Clooney, Oprah Winfrey, and Steven Spielberg, they
Right.
are all donating $500,000 apiece for this march.
I'll march
Now,
for $5,000. I would.
500,000.
Yeah, I'll do it for $5,000. They don't have to-
Okay.
I don't-
Oh.
I'll do pretty much anything for that much.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Good.
They're not saying anything, but obviously they're throwing their support behind gun control.
Right.
That's obvious.
Right.
And these people have a right to donate their money or have anything they have to say.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think what we do, and that's why I'm coming back to that, is because we offer food for thought. And that's what I think is very important, by the chat rooms, by people sharing how they feel. And I think it's kind of important.
Well, but you
I
see,
really do.
you see how one of the problems with this reporter that I was just sharing with you, one of her final comments on this whole subject was
Mm-hmm.
"Shut up and dribble."
No, that's just rude.
See, that-
and
that I don't
we
agree
don't
with, no.
do that.
But
We
you
don't
see,
do that
this
here.
is also the same person who told everybody in their different, their different things. I think she has a book called "Shut Up and Teach," or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, anyway, she goes on to tell these people, look, just stop having a political opinion and do your job. And that's where I think that people like that are poisoning the people that try to have an opinion. And by poisoning, I just mean that you're trying to shut down people, not like you're literally poisoning them.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate the
Yeah.
fact that we're not allowed to have opinions anymore. And I love the fact how if you disagree with Trump and you're an artist named Marshall Mathers, you're going to be shut down and have people have this negative light shine on your art, your activity that you do, that you make money at.
Well, you know what?
I know you don't like Facebook. I will post it somewhere else so you can take a look at. I posted the video that I was just sharing with you guys, so you guys can take a look at this at your
Okay.
own time.
But I agree with you. There's no room for insults. But here's the thing, and I don't want to hear it from anybody else, but I do think our president has made it acceptable to go after people and insult people. And I just think he's made
I think
it.
it's always been. Hasn't it always been? I mean, it's not.
No,
Let's not.
I've never heard of and Barack Obama, President Clinton, President Bush's, both of them. I've never heard them go after people and insult people the way this president has. And I'll tell you now, he's my president. I hope he does well. So before anybody says anything or goes after me, I do not think it is acceptable to be so insulting of people. And not one of you can tell me, as Trump supporters, that he does not go after people who does not agree with his opinion.
Right.
And this, broadcaster is just as guilty. It's not necessary to insult people. It really isn't. You can't have a civilized conversation.
Oh, shut up.
No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious.
Hi, I'm Eric. How are you? Serious? What's the
Sirius
I
Radio.
listen to your radio.
Sirius Radio. Anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm serious.
No, I get you. Listen, again,
Why does it have to get insulting when
you're
somebody
dealing-
doesn't agree with you?
You're dealing with someone. There's actually. I wish I had the article in front of me. There was somebody who wrote an article the other day that basically said that Trump has changed. As how can I say this? He's like.
Change the landscape.
Well, no, it's like he's not. It's everybody expects somebody to be presidential. You know what I'm saying? And,
I
and
do.
and refined.
He's our leader.
I don't care. I'd rather have somebody real in the White House than a bullshit artist. Excuse
Okay.
my
By
language.
the, way,
you know?
by the
Okay.
way, Harry says Lisa's do anything for money. Might have a check with my 401k balance.
Bring in Harry George.
Harry
Wow.
George also says Laura Ingraham sucks sweaty balls.
Wow.
Yay, professionalism.
Wow, how nice. Oh,
Here's
love it.
Oh, my
something.
Lord.
Okay, here's something interesting that I do not get. President Trump has endorsed Mitt Romney in his Senate run for Utah. And in 2016, Romney called Trump a fraud. And Trump responded then saying Romney choked like a dog when he lost his bid. Now Trump says Romney would make a great senator. I do not understand, as politicians, and you can all explain this to me, that you go for the jugular when you're competing for your presidential seat, Senate seat, congressional seat, and then all of a sudden you have to get in bed with the person because you need them for another Republican seat. And I just don't get how they can look each other in the eye and say, hey, buddy, how you doing? And shake hands. I don't get that. I really don't. Anybody? jump in anywhere because I just don't understand it.
I don't follow politics.
I think everybody does it for the greater good or for their own agenda.
Well, I think for their own agenda. I don't know about the greater good, but what
Well,
do you
their
think,
greater
Eric?
good.
Okay,
Everybody has a different greater good.
that's
I got
true.
a
Your
greater
greater
good.
good is different than mine.
I got a
Eric's
great-
is different than Jason's.
I got a
Everybody
real
has their
greater
own
good.
greater good.
My greater good is really good. I got a greater good. Anyway. All right. Well, the bottom line is the
You know?
question. So, yeah, it's
That's just
you know,
my thought.
and well,
Okay.
listen. I think everybody has a right to their own opinion. All right. It's just that the venue or where they're going to be able to put that opinion out is questionable, and we also have a right as the recipients of that opinion have a right either to agree or to disagree with it. And I think what happens is a lot of times when sports figures or celebrities come out and state their opinions, a lot of careers have been ruined. Yes, Helen.
Okay, 2 comments. Randy Steele said, regarding what I just said, President Trump even goes after people who agree with him. It's a matter of integrity, honor, civility, all of which, regardless of other strengths, he seems to lack. Now, Harry George says, I'd love to explain that to you, Helen, but can't talk.
Yeah, so Harry is actually really sick. Last night, his show was like, welcome to the Harry George and the usual
Oh.
suspects. Harry sounded like a porn star.
Did you
Okay, well, Harry.
Oh, that's a real picture in my mind. Thanks.
Well,
Jay.
Harry, I would
Just-
love to hear what you have to
you
say
just
about
ru-
that. So
ju-
next time, please,
just
feel
ruined
better.
You just ruined sex for me for the rest of my life.
Feel better,
Every
because
time
I would love to understand that,
making
where
love, I'm-
civility is okay
Picture
to
Harry
let it go
George
out the
underneath me.
window.
It's going to be a real bad scene. So,
No, I'm serious, Eric. You know
Hi,
that.
serious. I'm Eric. How are you? Nice to meet you.
That to Harry,
What?
that where civility and manners have gone out the window. Why
Oh,
is
shut
it
up.
okay? I'm gonna smack you.
You ain't doing nothing.
I am too.
Not doing nothing.
I am so.
Anyway.
Tell him just take care of his 401k and we'll talk.
There you go. Well, he offered it to you, sweetie, not me. That's disgusting.
All right.
Cut it out. Stop it.
Goop on my balls.
Get the
Anyway.
phone. Joe's
I'm gonna
Pizza.
let's answer the phone and see who's here. Hi, you've reached Eric's voicemail. He's not available to take your call right now, but at the tone,
Stop
if
that.
you leave. Who is this? Who is it? Wait, I can tell who it is from the laugh.
Cena.
Brian Lee.
Cena.
Who? Who is this? All right, let's start this.
Cena.
I don't.
Hang up. If they don't say who it is, hang up.
Are you
I
gonna
have no patience.
All right,
Cena.
who is it?
Cena.
Cena. Who the hell is? I don't.
Oh, Cena Family on stream.
Yeah.
Cena Family. Hey,
Cena.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey.
Okay. I still don't know who it
Whoa,
is.
Who's that?
Jay, you want to handle this one?
Cena. Hey, Cena, how are you, man?
Hey, Cena, how are you?
Good.
John Cena?
No, Cena Family. That's
Can't see me.
that's his username on stream.
Hey, Cena family, how are you? Welcome to the show. We're only busting your chops. So, good morning. So, what's on your mind?
Hey, that's how I get on Facebook. I get hacked.
So the reason he's saying that is because I said I posted the link to Facebook, and he said he doesn't have Facebook. So I posted the phone number in stream so he can call
sure, that's what
and
I
have a chat
do.
with us.
What's that?
I like Facebook. I like Facebook a lot, but I get hacked.
So you go on? Oh, when he goes on Facebook, he gets hacked. Is that what he's saying?
Right. That's why he doesn't go on Facebook.
Yeah.
So Cena, what do you got about this discussion? What do you want to say? What do you want to share?
But Trump, I don't like him that much.
Is that we vote into office? Should they vote the way they want to vote, or should they vote the way of the people?
Fuck with other people.
There you go. See that? He agrees with us. See, I love you, Cena. You're a good guy. Thank you so much. We appreciate your call.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's like
Thank
Yeah.
you, Cena.
listening to us is like having a pencil shoved into your ear for 3 hours. So I appreciate it. Yeah, all right. Love you. Have a great day.
Thanks, Cena.
Bye-bye. Have a great day. I'm only kidding. I'm just messing.
Okay, question.
The fact is that there really isn't a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I mean, really, why do they spread these lies? Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, where did that come from?
I don't
I'm
know.
a little confused. I'm confused.
There's
here
actually
today.
something called hashtag things I can't accept.
You know, I just learned hashtags about 6 months ago. Don't start with me.
Oh, I got it. Oh, I like this one.
What?
This guy's name is Hot Rocks, right? And
Oh.
under hashtag things I can't accept. This is our new word. Here's a new word for the day. Oh, see naked. Here's our new word for the day. You ready? Assholes. Hold on.
Alrighty then.
Hold
okay.
on. Here we go.
Okay, good.
Hi.
Yeah.
You've reached Eric's voicemail. At the tone, leave me a message. I won't return your call, but you can leave me a message anyway. No, I'm just kidding.
Harry
Figure-
George.
No, I told you not to tell me. I was trying to guess.
Harry?
I was trying to get Harry. You
Yeah,
sound like
Harry.
You sound like hell. What's the matter,
Man.
Harry? Are you dying out there or what? Are you okay?
I appreciate the fact that you noticed that I'm somewhat more restrained than I usually am.
Wow.
Wow, Harry, you got a sore throat or what?
Among other things.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Harry. I'm sorry that you're
Are
feeling
you
under
okay to talk? Because I
I'm-
really want to hear what you have to say, but damn, I hope we hear what you have to say.
Can you talk, Harry?
No, but I do a real good impression of a dumbass from Long Island named Eric.
Thanks for calling, pal.
Listen, you overweight hairy biker man. I'll come out to Youngstown, Ohio, and you know
Yeah,
what'll
good
happen when
luck with that.
you know what'll happen when I get there?
You'll keep driving.
All right.
You on your way to Indiana?
What did he say? What's that? Say it again, Harry.
You'll be on your way to Indiana when you get to Ohio.
I'll be on my way to the Indiana. You are, Oh well, Harry George, everybody. So Harry, just nod.
I was just going to say.
Go ahead.
I just was going to say that we have to get together and have an actual discussion about the processes that a citizen can go through to interact with their government representatives as citizen activists.
Great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. It really is.
You know, I did 25 years as a legislative agent. Some things have changed, but not a lot. Some people should know how they can get with their representatives and get their points across and follow through.
That's a great idea. That really is.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people out here that just don't question authority, don't say anything. They keep to themselves when I think there are a lot of people out there that have good ideas and, maybe have a solution to some of the problems that we're facing as a country. So.
But Harry, don't you think the times there are changing now? That I think a lot of politicians are a little nervous now because communities are starting to question what's going on in their community, what's going on for their safety, their children's safety. And I think this is the start of a movement. I think these kids from Parkland, I don't think they're going to go away. Do you?
I'm very excited, and the current ruling class in Washington should be very nervous about the fact that these children are becoming adults, if you will, and getting involved in the process over an issue they feel very strongly about. And who wouldn't feel strongly about being a target?
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
The question is also now there was something that came out last night, and I don't know whether anybody ever heard about this, but they're saying that some of this there was actually there were actors involved with regards to some of the this is
Yeah, I didn't read
Yeah.
that. Do you know anything about that?
Linda brought it to my attention. We'll check it out during the break, but there were actually things where there was supposedly some professionals involved in this whole thing.
And he was at supposedly showed up after another shooting had taken place or
Yeah,
something like that?
apparently there was which, you know what, let me tell you something. I don't agree with, if somebody's going to be there, I want to know that what they're telling or what they're saying is truly from their heart and not from their wallet. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But,
Absolutely.
yeah. So,
By the way,
There are
we are trending on Stream right now.
what's that?
We are trending on Stream right now. We're top two videos on
Well,
Stream.
hey, look who's,
Awesome.
look who's here. Would you expect anything else from me being on a show?
Let's be fair, you haven't been on camera.
I love talking to Harry.
It's Harry George, or we go to number 2 on stream. Well, thank you. Hey, you know what? I want everybody to know, speaking of streams, mine is okay.
Oh my God!
Yeah, since the
really?
goop on the ball.
I'm gonna come in there and.
What are you
just
talking about?
smack
I'm
you.
talking about on the computer. You
Yeah,
talk.
sure. You were giving me a filthy look. I can see you through that window. You were giving me filthy look.
Harry, defend me here. I need Harry as an advocate. Harry, what do you have to say to
Harry,
Helen?
you defend me.
Defend me, Harry.
Actually, Eric, last night I called myself, you, and D-Dot Boy as the 3 sexiest people on iRadio USA.
Absolutely, I'm telling you. I look at myself in the mirror all the time and I go, damn.
Or you go, damn.
You know what?
Seriously.
We're gonna have a radio broadcaster's calendar out there.
Oh, boy.
Helen, you could be September and October. Okay.
I'll be your photographer.
I just need to be
Oh,
November.
Lisa, smile. Come on now. Give me
November.
watch this. Here we go. Lisa, smile. Go ahead, smile.
Yeah, you're a funny guy.
What? Okay.
Ass
All right.
wipe.
Harry, we love you. We hope that you feel better. What did you call? What did you call me?
Nothing.
Did she just use a bad word, Jay?
No.
Did she? I'm going to replay this. Jay, check that. I want to know.
Yes, she did.
She called
I
me a bad
didn't.
word. Oh,
No, I didn't.
you're in a lot of trouble.
I don't care. Sue me. Fire me. Go ahead.
You're in a lot
I
of.
would totally like for this to be my.
Just you remember who's going to be producing that
I
show
totally
at
want this to
10:30
be
today.
my,
Cindy Lero.
my calendar picture.
Great, lovely. Look at it. Look at Jay.
Let me say.
I didn't see. Wait, I gotta look.
Oh, but I can't say that bad word.
But that's
really?
Jay. He's important.
That's really freaking funny.
Jay
It is-
matters.
It is kind of funny,
funny.
actually. Is it really?
And you know, and you know what the title of that picture is going to be?
Microphone in my crotch.
No, the picture. The title of that picture. We're going to take that picture. And it's going to
Dream
be
on?
no microphones matter.
Dream on.
Dream on. All right, listen, Harry, we love you. All right,
Thank you, Harry.
We hope you feel better. Okay.
Feel better.
Feel better, Harry George. Check your
Bye-bye.
401k. I'm waiting.
Bye, bye, Harry. We love you. Bye, bye. Give our best to Kelly. All right, we're gonna take a short break. We'll be right back right after this. Hello, Internet radio listeners. My name is Eric Martin Koppelman with Cop and Crew, No Holds Barred Internet Radio Morning Show, heard every weekday morning between 7 and 10 a.m. on WLINY Radio Lake Grove, as well as other syndicated stations and shows throughout the country, and we're real proud of that. But here's the deal for today, folks. If you're hearing my voice, that means other people are going to be hearing my voice, and I have a special program for you. So if you're interested in promoting yourself, your business, your book, your song, whatever it is that you want to get the message out there, we can do it with our social media blast, which go on all throughout the day. All throughout the day. All throughout the day. Did you hear me say all throughout the day? That's promotion all throughout the day for only $10 per day. So you want to give me a call at 800-609-9750. That's 800-609-9750. Did I tell you it's all throughout the day? 800-609-9750. I'll tell you all about the program and get you started. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? There's people out there that are listening right now. 800-609-9750. That's 800-609-9750. Let us promote you today. We definitely have an issue with regards to our news people. We're going to have to reach out to them today. We definitely have an issue. Oh, well, we'll go this route.
No action on guns in Florida. A tough day for U.S. figure skaters. I'm Evan Haining. When student survivors of the Stoneman Douglas High School mass shooting traveled to Tallahassee yesterday, they had hoped to convince state legislators to pass a bill that would have prevented the sale and possession of assault-type weapons.
The bill was filed late last year but hadn't been heard by committees. It was rushed to legislators in the wake of the shooting but failed on what legislators are calling a procedural issue. But in response to a call for action in preventing any other school shootings, a Florida Senate committee has endorsed a proposal to put law enforcement officers in every school in the state.
Correspondent Clayton Neville. 15-year-old junior ROTC student Peter Wang was among those murdered last week. To honor him, the U.S. Military Academy at West Point is admitting him as a cadet posthumously. Officials say Vice President Mike Pence was to have met with the sister of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un at the Pyeongchang Olympics, but the North reportedly decided to pull out at the last minute. Correspondent Caitlin Collins reports the vice president's office offered more details in a statement.
The president made a decision that if they wanted to talk, we would deliver our uncompromising message, and if they asked for a meeting, we would meet. He also made clear that until they agreed to complete denuclearization, we weren't going to change any of our positions or negotiate.
At South Korea's Winter Olympics, the three women of Team USA figure skating went onto the ice with confidence and high hopes.
But one by one, they each stumbled or fell on their first jumps. Mirai Nagasu is the first American woman to successfully perform a triple axel at an Olympics. But when she tried it in this singles event, she faltered.
And this is what I signed up for. It's hard to be in this situation.
The three American women finished in 9th, 10th, and 11th place today. They'll compete in the free skate long program for the medal on Friday. Steve Kastenbaum in Pyeongchang, South Korea.
And I'm Evan Haining.
So they said that Pence pulled out. Is that what it is? He pulled out? You know, I'm just kidding. I can't say that. I shouldn't say that. No, talk about that. I don't know. Listen, who cares if he meets with the sister of that fat little bastard over there in North Korea? I don't care. I really don't. I don't care. I really don't care. Anyway, so what do you got, Helen?
What do I got? I'm looking through. I've got some light stories now. Let's see. What
Was
have I
that
got?
like Edison and stuff? Telling about how he
Yes,
made
I
it?
saw the light.
Yeah.
Okay,
Do a
fine.
Missy laugh. Let me hear a Miss. Go
Oh,
ahead.
Uncle Evan,
Hi,
you're so-
Missy. How
you're
are
so
you?
silly.
I'm silly. How
You're
are you?
silly.
I am. Anyway.
Okay. Lisa, you have a dog. Dag, right?
Yes.
Okay. If your dog's eating Gravy Train wet food or Kibbles and
dinner.
Bits or Old Roy or Skippy canned dog food, you might want to throw it out because Fenton, Missouri woman is blaming her miniature schnauzer's death on eating what she said is tainted dog food. And the J.M. Smuckers Company, Smuckers, isn't that grape jelly? But anyway, the Smuckers Group, which makes the Gravy Train, issued a recall notice in February due to traces of phenobarbital, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, found in the dog food. And that is the element that is commonly used to euthanize animals. And here, honey.
There you go. Back now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Wow. That was interesting.
You know what,
There's an
everybody?
echo now.
That's the beauty of live radio, that, you know, everything that happens can happen at the last minute. And I would say we all handled that pretty well, or at least Jace did. All I know is I went, oh, what? So tell me what to do, Jace, whenever I